Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. Today's video, we will talk about one of the best supported champions in the entire game. And she was actually a guaranteed champion at one point, and she's always featured in those whenever they are featuring a 10x for a cleanser or a block debuff or an increased speed champion or a reviver. She's always there, and she is, Elva. She's part of the battle pass for those people who quit the game for I think 2 months. Then they sell it to you as a type of a forge pass, because to be honest, she is one of the best supported champions that you could get throughout the game. If you are an early game and you pull Elva, she's the best champion you could ever pull. If you are like mid game, she's the best champion you could ever pull. And she's the champion that's one of very few that you could literally use her any place in the game. Why is that? Well, let's start with her aura. She has a speed in all battles, so she's good everywhere to use. Really quick guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics: Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. Her A3, revive a target ally with 40% HP, 50% turn meter, then place increased defense and increased attack on that ally for 2 turns. So whenever she does revive, I mean, technically, she is gonna give you the buff you need as a nuker. Like, if you're a defense nuker, she's good. If you're an attack nuker, she's also good. And then you go to her A2, which is one of the best abilities. When she first came out, she was, I think, the only one in the game with block buffs and increase speed. Usually it's like cleanse with a heal or a cleanse with a block buff, and that was just Cardiel, to be honest. And until today's date, still one of the best in the game. 75% goes to 100 on a 3-turn cooldown play, removing all buffs, then put block buffs and increase the speed. So she's not the type of cleansers like that gets screwed by Torment. As an example, Galatir's ability, he cleanse boost then block buff, which make his cleanse vulnerable to Torment as an example. While like, no, she put block buffs, she increases speed then on all allies for 2 turns. And then her A1 is legit one of the best A1s in PvE content. Attack on enemy, place continuous heal for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP. And those continuous heals will always come in clutch. Like, you will notice it if you use her in Hydra and Chimera, in any type of boss content. There will always be continuous heals on everyone that they will never lose HP. And it's synergized so well with her passive. Heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn, so everyone will stay healed. If you're using her in Chimera, your allies will always be full HP. Then place Perfect Veil for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP at the end of this champion's turn. So technically, remember how, like, let's say one of your champions died and then she revived them and put those on them, and then she will put Perfect Veil after. Because at the end of this champion's turn, it's not at the beginning, because she revives during her while she's taking the turn. At the end of the turn, she will also put, as long as the revived ally is the lowest HP. This is one of the most obnoxious abilities in Arena, usually like when you play against Elva, because she is gonna put so many buffs on that revived champion. Now, how do I build her? I've been saying that she's a champion that you could use everywhere. Well, I actually don't have one specific build, and I don't think you should have one specific build for her, because as an example, let me just show you. On Chimera, I run her in Merciless and Reflex gear, talking about 300 speed and like 4 pieces of Merciless and 4 pieces of Reflex, and you know, like more resistance on the banner. And we have the masteries to get more resistance, because you can see this is only 400 resistance, but we can get 60 from the masteries. Well, technically 60 plus 15 because she has 3 buffs. So we're talking about around 75, and then you can get 96 from relics as well, which does help her into getting more stats. So that's as far as Chimera. Now, like for Arena, you just try to build her as fast as possible, so you will make sure that everyone is cleansed with a block debuff and increase the speed. I would say ideally you want 400 speed, but you know, it depends on your gear, because I'm assuming if you're using her in Arena, that means you don't have better champions. I do have better champions, so I'm not going to give my fastest gear to her. So this is what I'm saying. You just use your speed pieces. Like as an example, you can see I have 5 pieces protection and 4 pieces of speed gear, and that I use on her only, but like I need to do like some siege type of battles. Now, as far as Hydra, it's a bit different, because for Hydra, you do need 9 pieces of protection, and that is the best build on her, because she does have so many buffs. Because remember, every time she uses A1, or counter attack. I mean, that's technically using an A1. She's gonna give more buffs to the ally with the lowest HP, and that's usually the nuker. So she will just make sure that that nuker has 10 buffs. 10 buffs equal to 50% more damage. It's not just gonna be 50%, it's gonna be way more than that, because like if you guys watch my videos, you would know by now how increased damage work. Now, as far as where is the most important content for her, I think it's faction hard. And in faction hard, there is a tricky type of build you need to use on her. Okay, I know some people would use resistance. I don't think you should use resistance. I don't think resistance is needed for faction. You just need to make sure that she is above 320 speed. I think 320 speed, as long as you're using her as the lead, because our base in the faction, I think, is like 320. And remember, our base has aura, so you need to make sure you're faster than that. So I would recommend 330 with 4 pieces of stone skin, because on the second wave of faction there is a Hedgie, and you don't want to get locked out by Hedgie. So I do recommend running her in faction with 4 pieces in stone skin, which if you use her in arena going to be the same build. So that's like one of the advantages for using her in arena. And faction, that 4 pieces of stone skin and as fast as possible is legit the best build on her for faction and for arena if you do use her in arena. Now, is that the end of it? No, because she's so flexible. Now, as far as the relics, I do love this relic, to be honest, because where turn meter increases by 10% whenever one of their allies die, because this synergizes with so many turn meter abilities, like we're talking about this mastery here. Because this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%, and also we have this one, 50% chance increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. So we have so many ways into getting turn meter to her, so she can stay fast and keep reviving, keep cleansing, you know. So this is one of the best ones you could have on her. I would say that if you want to have fun, I think Perched Shadow is legit one of the best, this one, because if you're not using reflex merciless, you need her to get her abilities back. So I think that Perched Shadow is one of the best. If you don't use that, there is also the one, this one. Wait, no, this one is good. What is the one that make you gain turn meter if you don't do damage? Yeah, this one. This one isn't bad either, but I feel like if you want to use Harp, there is one that is rare and can do almost the same and does slightly more in different type of stuff, and it's actually Journal, where the heals and the turn meter increase effect applies to all allies are boosted by 15%. I mean, she doesn't boost turn meter, but she does heal a lot. So that is one of the good ones. And remember, like, the best thing about her is that she doesn't need your best gear or your best relic or your best resources to become a good champion. She's just good champion by default. Now, as far as the blessing, I run Harvest because I use her in Siege, and whenever I use her in Siege, I need to make sure that when I destroy enemies max HP by a certain amount, whenever they are revived, because Siege battles can take forever sometimes. So you need to make sure that you are destroying their HP as much as possible. But if you want to have one awakening and done, Intimidating Presence is by far the best you could have on her, to be honest. You could go for Miracle Heal whenever this champion's heal, and there is the Nourish. Nourish is by far the best you could have on any champion that has continuous heals. Why? The value of the heal generated by continuous heal buffs placed by this champion is increased. Each continuous heal buff placed by this champion restores portion of the target destroyed max HP. And we're talking about at 6-star, increase the value of the heal generated by continuous heal buff placed by the champion by 30%. So remember, it's 15%. You multiply it by 30%, so you add 5%. So it becomes 20%. Then you add the masteries. So the 15% actually get to a point where like it becomes like 40% heal. And then also it is the destroyed max HP equal 30% of the heal, and the heal is big. So I would say Nourish is one of the best you could have on her. As far as the masteries, now I think you all should get until here the same, but if you want more resistance, you just ignore this, okay, and you go this route here. So this is the only difference that I could say, okay, depending on your gear. Now I don't need her because I have Galatid, so I'm never going to use her in Chimera, unless like I'm trying to do like a challenge where I have to use Elva. So I think if you need the resistance, you just go those two. If you don't need the resistance like me, you just go this one, which is Timely Intervention, the mastery you get on any revive type of champion. So I think that's all you need to know about Elva. That's pretty much everything about Elva, and I think it's actually a good idea to have reset builds for her. Chimera, a fast, a Hydra, a faction. Technically a fast one, you don't need it as much, but If you want to use her in Siege, you have to use her fast, so she will make sure that your team doesn't get locked out. Because remember, she's in the same faction as Jingwan, as Arbase, as Yumiko. So you need your champions to have the block, debuff, and cleanse. Because remember, those type of champions, like as an example, Jingwan put block active skill. Arbase does have block active skill on an A1 on a high chance. 40% on an A1, that's a big chance. With the mastery and the relic, that's like 50% chance on an A1. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about Elva. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like these type of videos, please let me know in the comment section below so I can keep making more. And thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Before we head out, don't forget to like the video. If you like the content, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.